Friends, and welcome to my YouTube channel. So in today's session I will explain you the SQL practical interview question and answer. So basically this question asked in a SQL interview. So maybe if you prepare for the SQL interview, then in that interview this question may be asked you. So we'll check one by one. So before moving forward, so I have created the one document, and this document I will share with you. So in this document I have given the syntax for the creating the table, and after that if you aware of this SQL concept, then you can easily write the query for the given the question. Then the question 1, so question 2, then question 3, question 4, question 5, and question 6. So I hope this video is useful for you. So before the further delay, we can start our the session. To the employee table. In that employee table there is the employee ID, employee name, gender, salary, and city. Then second table is the employee detail table. There is the employee ID, project, then employee position, then employee date of joining. So based on these two table, we need to solve this question. So this question will check one by one. So I have already created this the table in my SSMS. So one is the employee table, second table is the employee detail table. Let me run the query. So this is the employee table, and second is the employee detail table. So based on these two tables, we need to write a query for the given below. So question 1 is a find the list of employee whose salary range between the 2 lakh to 3 lakh. So we should ask the SQL operator. If you are aware of the SQL operator, then you will easily write the query. So for that, so select start from here, salary between 2 lakh and 3 lakh. So and also in a question ask that employee name and salary. So we put the same column. Employee name, salary, and if you run this query, then you will get the output of the employee name Imran and salary is 2.50. So we can also write this query the another way. Select start from employee where salary greater than 2 lakh and salary less than 3 lakh, and we'll take the two column. So if you run this query, then it will also give the same output. So we'll check the next query. In the next query, it is asking about the write a query to retrieve the list of employees from the same city. Okay, so basically the employee ID 5 and employee ID 3 from the same city. It is a city given the Mathura. So if you check the table, in this table the different employee is there. So we need to retrieve the data from the same city employee. So employee ID 3 and employee ID 5. So how we can write the query? So if you are aware of the self join, then you can easily write this query. So self join means we can join the same table itself. So how we can write the query? Select start from employee. We put alias as a E1, comma employee E2. Then I will give the condition where E1 dot empid. Then we put not equal to E2 dot empid. Okay, so the reason behind why we put this condition, so I will give the reason. So this is the table. When we use a self join, then the two copy will created. So first copy for the instance of the e1 and second for the e2. So we need to compare the each record to each other. So but the same record not compared to each other. So this record not match with this record because of we need the record like this employee ID 1 check compare with the second table employee ID 2, then e1 also check with the e2 e3, then employee ID 1 also 4, and same like that the way. So it will not require this, so that's the reason we put employee ID e1 dot employee ID not equal to e2 dot employee ID. Okay, so second condition, and also given that the same city, so we need the record employee name from the same city. For that we use e1. So e1 dot city equal to e2 dot city, and in a question given that we need employee ID, employee name, and city. So we put e1 dot employee ID, comma e1 dot employee name, comma e1 dot the city. So if we run this query, then it will give the output like employee 3, employee 3, and employee 5. Okay, so this question we can also solve in another way. So if you are aware of the join concept, if you are aware of the inner join, then you can easily identify and easily write this query. So how we can write using the join? So select star from employee, put e1, then the join employee, we create an instance of e2, then on e1 dot emp id, then we put not equal to, or we can write this way also, not equal to e2 dot emp id, and after that we given the next condition e1 dot em e1 dot city equal to e2 dot city. So we need the same city but a different record. So for that we use this one, and also we can retrieve the data like employee ID, then employee name, and city. So if you run this two query, then it will also give the same result. So moving forward, so question number 3, write a query to find all the employee name whose name beginning with P, then contain S alphabet at the second last place, then ending with N and contain the 5 alphabet beginning with L and ending with A. So if you are aware of the wildcard character, then you can easily write this query. So the basically percentage sign and underscore, this is the two character we use for the solving this query. So for the first query, select star from employee where, so basically employee name beginning with P. So if you check the table, in the table the employee name and beginning with P is the employee ID work. So for that we need to write a query. We use like operator. So basically like operator useful for the checking the condition, and after that the single quote, and after that beginning with P means starting character will be P. So we as a P, and after that use the percentage sign. So percentage symbol basically when the character length is not defined. So if there is a n number of character, then we can put the percentage sign. So if we run this query, then we'll get employee ID 1 is the output. So for the second condition, ask contain S alphabet at second last place. So in this question given, so first of all we write select star from employee, then where employee name, we put like, then single quote. So it is given that contain S alphabet at second last place. So basically second last place means the last the character last alphabet is defined. So we'll put underscore after before that uh, the S, and before that percentage sign. So basically the second last character is the S, and that means ki after the S there is a one character, one alphabet. So for that the reason we use a fix the length fix for the underscore and before that percentage sign. If you run this query, then we'll get the employee name Maverish is the second last is the S alphabet. Then the moving next ending with N and contain the 5 alphabet. So for this select star from employee where employee name like, so ending with N and contain the 5 alphabet including this. So that means the first 4, so put employee name. So this is the 5 character 5 length alphabet, 5 contain the 5 alphabet. So the before that the 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the last alphabet is a N. So if you run this query, then we'll get the employee ID for Imran. Then moving next question, beginning with L and ending with A. So for that, select star from employee where employee name like the single quote. So beginning with L and ending with A. So in between the how many character we don't know. For that reason we use a percentage sign. If you run this query, then we'll get Lalita is the employee name with beginning with L and ending with A. Okay. So this is a question number 3. We move forward for the question number 4. So in the question number 4, asking that show the highest salary for each project. Okay. So if you go for the question, show the highest salary for the each project. So there is a different project P1, P2, P3. Okay, and we need to retrieve the highest salary for the employee for that project. So if you check the this two table, the project detail given in a second table and salary in a first table. So that means we need to join these two table based on the employee ID, and after that we need to compare the salary. Whoever the highest salary for the employee, we need to retrieve that those record salary. So there is a 3 project P1, then P2, and after that P3. Okay, these 3 project available. So if you check the P1, there is the employee ID 1 and also the employee ID 3 working in a project P1. So if you check the P1 is a in a P1 there is employee ID 1 is a Pravin and salary is a 75,000, and employee ID 3 is a Lalita, the salary is a 1,50,000. So if we compare these two record, then there is a 1,50,000 is the maximum salary for the P1 project. So 1,50,000. Then moving next for the P2, there is a employee ID 2 and employee ID 5 working. So if we check the employee ID 2 is a Mayuresh, salary is a 1,25,000, and the employee ID 5 is a Vishaka, salary is a 1,20,000. So if you check these two to salary, then the 1,25,000 is a maximum salary. So for that 1,25,000 is a maximum salary. After that, the P3, there is only one employee working. That means we can directly take the salary for that employee. So employee ID 4 is Imran and salary is 2,50,000. So 2,50,000. So we can check using the query how we can get out the data. So first of all, we join these two tables. So for that, select star from employee. We put alias as E, then the join employee detail, then ed on e dot empid equal to ed dot empid. Okay, and after that we need the highest salary. For that we can check the question asked for the project and project salary. So we come here. So project in a second table ed dot the project, and then we put the max keyword, max function, and e dot salary, and we put alias as project salary. So we use the aggregation function, then we use a group by clause. So we need to group by the project basis. So we did a project, and if you run this query, then you will get the output for the project P1 is a 1,50,000, P2 is a 1,25,000, and P3 is a 2,50,000. But we need the data arranged in the maximum salary. So we use order by based on the project salary. So we put project salary and in a descending order. That makes the highest salary come first. If you run this query, then we will get this output, and if you check this output, then whatever the required given, then it will be matched. Okay, so forward the next question. So question number 5 asks that query to find the cumulative sum of the employee salary. Okay, so basically cumulative sum, I will explain you how we can calculate the cumulative sum. So basically cumulative sum means, so if you check this example, so there is a this table name and amount. So the cumulative sum, we can also say that the running total. So the total summation of the all the row, we know how we can calculate, but the running total how we calculate. So for this the previous plus current the amount, but for this there is only one amount, so we'll take that directly 10. So for the next record, the previous output plus current row value, so 10 plus 20 equal to 30. Then next the same way, the previous output plus current value, so 30 plus 30 is a 60. Then moving forward, so the previous output, then current value, that 40 plus 60 is a 100. Then the next one, the previous output plus next value, so 150. So totally the 150, and also row wise the summation also 150. So this is required in this question. So how we can calculate? So we'll check in a query. So if you are aware of the Windows function, then you can easily write this query. Select star from employee. Okay, so the question asks that employee ID, salary, and cumulative sum. So first of all, employee ID, comma, salary, and there is a cumulative sum. So for that we use summation of summation of salary and use over and will take order by empid and as. So if you run this query, then we'll get the output. So employee ID 75,000, 32, 3,25,000. Then the total is 8,45,000. 6. Write a query to find and remove duplicate record from the table. So if you aware of the delete command and the subquery, then you can easily identify this question and you can write the query for that. So basically, if you check the table, in this table there is a duplicate record. So how we can identify that there is a employee ID 2 and second also there is employee ID 2. So based on the employee ID, we need to find the duplicate record first, and after that we need to delete the duplicate record. So first of all, if you select star from employee, if you check this in this table, there is the employee ID 2 duplicate. So that we take employee ID comma employee name and we can check the count employee ID, then the group by employee ID, employee name. Okay, if you run this query, then we will get there is a Maurice repeated for the 2 times. So this is repeated for the 2 times. So we identify the employee ID for the duplicate record. So having with the count, having count employee ID greater than 1. If you run this query, then we will get 1 row. So we identify the duplicate record and now we can delete the duplicate record. So how we can write the duplicate? So delete, then we put delete employee where the employee ID, then we put in. So basically we use the subquery. So in this subquery we give the result for this. So but we don't need the other details, so we'll remove this. After that we close the record. Then we'll run this query. So 2 rows will affected. So after that, if you check the data, so the duplicate will remove. So this way we can solve the problem. So I hope this video is useful for you. If you like the video, please share with your friends and don't forget to subscribe my channel. So thank you.